This is Bob Mason from FX Empire and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin and Ripple's XRP. Looking at the MACDs, the moving averages, the day's support, resistance and pivot levels and the Fibonacci's. It is Thursday the 17th of June. Jumping straight into Bitcoin against US dollar, it's a bullish start to the day. Going to need to see Bitcoin move through the pivot at 38,976 to take a run at the first major resistance level, sitting at 39,830. Going to need to see plenty of support from the broader market for Bitcoin to break back through to 39,000 levels. So barring an extended rally, I would expect that first major resistance level and resistance at 40,000 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Bitcoin target the 38.2% fib at 41,592. Second major resistance level sits at 41,315. Failure to move through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 37,491 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Bitcoin should avoid sub 36,000 levels. Second major support level at 36,637 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACD, slight narrowing of the bearish histogram at the turn of the day, so need to look out for a possible bullish cross. On the EMAs, the 50 has continued to narrow in on the 100 and the 200, so need to monitor that through the day. Greater narrowing and then expect further downside to come. So key through the early part of the day would be to move through the pivot at 38,976 and back through to 39,000 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Failures to do that, the support levels will come into play. Moving across to Ethereum against US dollar, also bullish start. Going to see Ethereum move through the pivot at 2425 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 2498. Going to see plenty of support from the broader market for Ethereum to break out from 2450 levels. So barring an extended rally, I would expect that first major resistance level and yesterday's high at 2555 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Ethereum target the second major resistance level at 2629 before any pullback. Failure to move through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 2294 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ethereum should avoid sub 2200 levels. Second major support level at 2221 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACDs, we have a marked narrowing of the bearish histograms at the turn of the day, so look out for a possible bullish cross there. On the EMAs, however, the 50 continues to pull back from the 100 and the 200. That's a bearish indicator. So key through the early part of the day, move through the pivot at 2425 and back through to 2450 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Failures to do that and support levels will be in play. Across to Litecoin against US dollar, also bullish start. Going to see Litecoin move through the pivot at 170 to take a run at the 62% fib at 174 and the first major resistance level at 175. Going to see plenty of support from the broader market, however, for Litecoin to break back through to 170s. So barring an extended rally, I would expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, could see Litecoin target 185s before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 182. Failure to move through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 162 into play. Barring another extended sell, Litecoin should avoid the second major support level at 157. Looking at the MACDs, we've got a bullish cross at the turn of the day, supporting the early morning upside. On the EMAs, the 50 has flattened marginally on the 100 and the 200, so I need to keep an eye on that through the early part of the day. Any further narrowing would put further downward pressure on Litecoin. So key through the early part of the day, move through the pivot at 170 to bring the 62% fib and first major resistance level into play. Failures to do that and support levels will be in play. Finally, looking at Ripple's XRP against US dollar, particularly bullish start to the day. Going to see Ripple's XRP avoid the pivot at 8438 to continue the run at the 62% fib at 8573 and the first major resistance level at 8608. Going to see plenty of support from the broader market for Ripple's XRP to break out from that 62% fib. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and yesterday's high at 0.87270 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, could see Ripple's XRP target resistance at 0.90 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 8898. A fallback through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 8148 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ripple's XRP should avoid the second major support level, sitting at 0.7978. Looking at the MACD, we've got a marked widening of the bullish histograms at the turn of the day, supporting the early upside. On the EMAs, the 50 has flattened on the 100 and the 200, so look for a possible narrowing on the 100 to support further upside ahead. So key would be to avoid a fallback through the pivot 8438 and break through the 62% fib at 8573 to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels will come into play.